Hello, this is Aaron Pulley with a video on how to make this CSS ghost shape. I'll walk through step by step, but feel free to pause the video at any point along the way if you need more time to look at the code. We're going to start with just a simple dark background and a little div with the class name of ghost. To that div, we're going to add some code to give it a white background, make it 100 pixels by 100 pixels, and we'll use margin to center it because that just looks good. To make it look a little bit more like a ghost, border radius, when you use 4 values like that, it starts at top left and it works clockwise, so it ends up with 0 down at the bottom left here, forming the little tail of the ghost, which we will point downward using a transform, rotate it negative 45 degrees. So we're already most of the way to our ghost. Now we still need to do the eyes. So we're going to use before and after pseudo elements for that. We've used an empty string for content to make sure they show up. Display set to block. We've made them 16 by 16 with 50% border radius to turn them into a circle, and color them red to make sure that we can keep track of them. Now we got to get them where we want them. Want a little bit more control over where they are, so I'm going to give them position absolute. Now they're both overlapping in what was the top left corner before we transformed the ghost to negative 45 degrees. Now let's talk about what we're going to do next. For the purposes of positioning, the math is going to work as if we had never rotated the ghost 45 degrees. So the eyes are sitting with their edges on the top and left of the box. I'd really like to position the center of the eyes from the top right of the box to make it easier to get them symmetrical when we transform at 45 degrees. So let's start by seeing if we can get the eyes centered on that corner of the box. I'm going to use absolute positioning, and then I'm going to initially give it a value for top and right that's the negative of half the width of the circle, which looks like this. So now the center is at the tip of the box. Now I'm going to add distance from the right and from the top until the eye is in the place where I like it. And those are going to be my total top and right positioning values. I'm going to take those values and I'm going to switch them for the other eye. So that way when I rotate 45 degrees, it's symmetrical. Alright, now let's do this for real. We already have absolute positioning. Since our height and width are 16 pixels, let's offset our eye negative 8 pixels from the top and from the right. If you imagine the square that the shape used to be, the center of the circle is sitting about on the top right corner of that now, and now we need to find values to shift it right and down from the top so that the eye sits somewhere aesthetically pleasing. I've already been playing with values for this ahead of time, so I'll just paste those in here. Did 30% from the top and 55% from the right. And I said we were going to flip-flop these for the other eye, so let's do that. Made the rule for just the after element. Top value goes to the right, right value goes to the top, and we have 2 symmetrically positioned eyes. I don't really want them to be red. I want them to be the same color as the background, so I'll change that. And there, our ghost is done. And you can play with this coloring to make him look semi-transparent. You can give him a bobbing animation to make him look like he's floating, or you could just make a whole passel of these guys in different sizes to make your website even more haunted. I don't know. Have fun. Whatever you want to do. But enjoy your new little ghost friend, and have a happy Halloween.